Good evening. On behalf of the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission and the Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrant Affairs, welcome to the 2021 Immigrant Leadership Awards. I'm Adrienne Pon, Executive Director and your host for tonight. We are delighted that you're joining us for this special event to honor the powerful contributions of local immigrant leaders, supporters, and champions. And while this isn't brought to you live from City Hall, as we usually do, it's our very first virtual awards event with the same energy, heartfelt tributes, and joy. In addition to celebrating tonight's honorees, we will be hearing from elected leaders, special guests, and enjoying two performances, one with a surprise ending. So let's get right to it. We begin with the Ramaytush Ohlone land acknowledgement. We, the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission, acknowledge that we are on the unceded ancestral homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone, who are the original inhabitants of the San Francisco Peninsula. As the indigenous stewards of this land, and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush Ohlone have never ceded, lost, nor forgotten their responsibilities as the caretakers of this place, as well as for all peoples who reside in their traditional territory. As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living and working in their traditional homeland. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush community and by affirming their sovereign rights as First People. To begin the program, we will hear a performance of America the Beautiful, sung by the amazing and beautiful Celine Kennelly.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. Oh, America, sweet America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. O nation of the immigrant, the slave and native son, whose loyal families labor still, that we may live as one. Oh, America, my America, renew thy founders' call. Let liberty and justice be the right of one and all. Let liberty and justice be the right of one and all.
Thank you, Chair. What a lovely opening. Next, we're very grateful to hear from amazing leaders that bring fresh energy, authenticity, and innovative solutions to government at the local and national levels. And with no further ado, first up is our mayor. A city is only as good as its people, and that's why we are blessed to have such a dynamic, powerful, and fearless leader like Mayor London Breed. As the first Black and woman of color to lead the city and county of San Francisco, Mayor Breed is a groundbreaker, a dream maker, and a dream keeper. We're thrilled to have her here tonight in person during Immigrant Heritage Month and the Immigrant Leadership Awards. Over to you, Mayor Breed.
Thank you, Director Pon. Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to this year's Immigrant Leadership Award winners. The work that you do to support our immigrant community in San Francisco, connecting them with resources like food and testing and vaccine during the pandemic, combating the xenophobia and the hatred and discrimination, and empowering immigrants to make their homes in our city by providing them with the tools and resources they need to be successful and thrive is what makes our city the diverse, inclusive place it is today. Immigrants were on the front lines of this pandemic, serving as essential workers in healthcare, food service, and as teachers and educators, risking their lives to keep our city running throughout this past year. But they are also, more importantly, on the front lines of our recovery. Immigrants are entrepreneurs, innovators, and dreamers, small business owners and domestic workers, tech workers, doctors, lawyers, and so much more. If it wasn't for the work that you have done, we would not be where we are today. As we prepare for reopening even further tomorrow, and 80% of San Franciscans have received at least one dose of the vaccine. Throughout our history, we have always been a city of immigrants. And while we honor the incredible achievements of our immigrant community, including the fact that we now have 3 immigrants serving on our board of supervisors, Myrna Melgar, Asha Safai, and Connie Chan, and many of tonight's honorees who are leaders in our community supporting other immigrants, we also must remember how, even here in San Francisco, immigrants have endured discrimination and oppression. And during this pandemic, they have suffered from higher rates of COVID, higher unemployment, economic impacts, and even outright violence from the previous federal administration. As we move forward, we recognize the progress we've made, including the formation of this very commission in 1997, our commitment to being a sanctuary city, supporting dreamers, and even creating a Dream SF fellowship within our Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrant Affairs, providing financial and legal assistance for people to apply for immigration status or citizenship, the election of a president and a vice president that immediately upon taking office reversed many of the hateful xenophobic policies that have been put into place by the previous administration, and many other services and resources that we offer to improve, enhance, and preserve the quality of life for immigrants in San Francisco. But we also know that we still have a lot of work to do. This includes breaking down the barriers that prevent some immigrants from getting housing, access to job training and career resources, and addressing other disparities and inequities. I am committed to working with you to further these goals and create a more equitable and just society, especially for our immigrant communities. Congratulations to tonight's honorees who have worked incredibly hard this past year to make sure that our city's residents were supported and kept safe. With that, I am proud to proclaim the month of June 2021 as Immigrant Heritage Month in the city and county of San Francisco. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. Next up, a special message from U.S. Senator Alex Padilla.
Hi, I'm Senator Alex Padilla. As the proud son of immigrants from Mexico, it's my honor to represent California in the United States Senate. I join you in celebrating Immigrant Heritage Month and all of San Francisco's Immigrant Leadership awardees. From supporting workers and families throughout the pandemic to stopping Asian hate, these individuals and organizations have come together to serve, educate, and strengthen our community. Thank you for your outstanding leadership.
Thank you again, Mayor Breed, Senator Padilla, for your inspiring and heartfelt words. We'd also like to thank Mayor Breed so much for declaring June as Immigrant Heritage Month in San Francisco. Thank you, Mayor, for recognizing the city's immigrant past, present, and future. We're also joined tonight by some special guests. Dr. Toye Moses, former Immigrant Rights Commissioner. Zara Haji, Bay Area Field Rep for the Office of U.S. Senator Alex Padilla. The Honorable Robert O'Driscoll, Consul General of Ireland. The Honorable Remedios Gomez Amal, the Consul General of Mexico, and the Honorable Jaime Allende Lea, the Consul General of Chile. And now to the Immigrant Rights Commission, and the reason that we are all here tonight, celebrating and honoring immigrant leaders, supporters, and champions. I'm so pleased to introduce the leadership of the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission, the very honorable Chair, Celine Canelli, and the very honorable Vice Chair, Mario Paz. Over to you, Chair and Vice Chair.
Thank you, Director Pan. We are so pleased to welcome you all tonight for the Immigrant Leadership Awards. The San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission first held this award ceremony in 2017 as a way to commemorate and celebrate 20 years of the Commission. This is our fourth Immigrant Leadership Awards celebration, honoring local immigrant leaders and champions of the immigrant community for their leadership. After a rough year, we hope that this celebration serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration for all of us.
The Immigrant Rights Commission serves as an advisory body to the Mayor and Board of Supervisors on issues related to the quality of life and civic participation of all immigrants in San Francisco. Our commission meets on the second Monday of the month at 5:30 p.m. All of our meetings are open to the public, and we strongly encourage you all to attend a future meeting. Right now, they are virtual meetings, and you can find more information on our website.
At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to introduce all of our immigrant rights commissioners. I am very pleased to introduce to you Commissioners Alahe Nsani, Harigo Gaime, Ryan Kojaste, Camila Andrea Mena, Paul Monghe, Lucia Obregon, Sarah Souza, Nima Rahimi, Jesse Ruiz, Alicia Wang, and Luis Zamora. Thank you, Commissioners, and we're delighted to have you with us this evening. Lastly, I would like to thank two very special commissioners, and they are Commissioners Franklin M. Ricarte and Donna Fuji, who have served as co-chairs of this event's awards committee. Thank you so much to all of our wonderful commissioners and for the work that you have all done over the years and for the work that you continue to do in your organizations. Thank you.
And now, without further ado, let's meet our first honoree. Our first award is for a public-private nonprofit collaborative leader. This award uplifts a successful partnership of cross-sector collaboration for the benefit of immigrant community advancement.
To present this award, we are joined by Commissioner Rahimi and Commissioner Ricarte. Commissioner Rahimi, please tell us about our first awardee.
Thank you, Chair Canelli. We know that COVID-19, the pandemic, has been a threat to the economic stability of so many San Franciscans, especially our immigrant and vulnerable communities who have borne the brunt of the pandemic's impacts on their families. It's an honor to be here tonight and to start with recognizing the critical response of the City and County of San Francisco's COVID-19 Emergency Family Relief Fund, which provided $1,000 for San Francisco residents with children attending SFUSD public schools during the COVID-19 pandemic. Passing it on to Commissioner Ricarte.
With leadership from Board President and District 10 Supervisor Shimon Walton, the San Francisco Human Rights Commission Director Cheryl Davis, and community-based organizations, this income relief fund was available to 4,800 San Francisco families, regardless of their immigration status, with another 2,000 relief packages recently approved. Here to accept the board on behalf of Director Davis is Director of Community Engagement, Amelia Martinez-Bankhead. Congratulations. Over to you, Director Martinez-Bankhead.
Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone, Mayor Bree, Director Pon, and commissioners. Again, yes, my name is Amelia Martinez Bankhead, and I'm here to accept this award on behalf of Director Dr. Cheryl Evans Davis, who sends her regrets for not being able to join tonight. For those of you who know her, you know that community is embedded in everything that she does. Giving a voice to those who aren't heard is at the core of every project she leads. As the pandemic hit, she started mobilizing to make sure that resources were put in place to support those who were being affected the most and could not benefit from certain programs. That was especially true of our immigrant community. Along with Supervisor President Shimon Walton, they worked on the COVID-19 Emergency Family Relief Fund that would go to our families regardless of immigration status. I would like to thank the Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrant Affairs, Dr. Adrian Pon, commissioners, and the entire community for honoring Director Davis with this award. And thank you all for the work that you do in our communities, especially with our immigrantes. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you again to President Shimon Walton, Director Davis, and Amelia for representing Director Davis today. Thank you so much for your support of our city's immigrant residents, and congratulations again. Back to you, Chair Kennelly.
Thank you, Commissioner Rahimi. Our next award is for the Entrepreneur Leader. This award category recognizes the leadership of an immigrant-run or owned small business that supports immigrant communities.
And here to present this award are Commissioner Gaime and Commissioner Obregon. Over to you, Commissioner Gaime.
Tonight, we have the pleasure of recognizing Simileoluwa Adebajo, head chef and owner of Eko Kitchen, San Francisco's first Nigerian restaurant catering company, with the Entrepreneur Award.
The Commission is impressed with your work as a small immigrant-led business. When the pandemic hit, Simileoluwa worked with local nonprofits, including SF New Deal and #Lunchbag, to provide Eko Kitchen's delicious Nigerian meals to people experiencing homelessness, the elderly, and people impacted by COVID-19. Congratulations, Simileoluwa. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be receiving this award today. And I want to thank SF New Deal, first of all, for giving me the opportunity to give back to the community through my business. I also want to thank my community in San Francisco and the Bay Area, and most especially the vulnerable populations and recipients that we fed last year at Eko Kitchen, for giving me a reason to keep going during such a challenging period of my life. Feeding them gave me immeasurable fulfillment through my work, and for that I will be forever grateful. I'd also like to thank my family, especially my grandparents, my immigrant parents, Olanka and Olumayowa Adebajo, and my siblings for their continuous support with my business over the past few years. I would like to thank all of the customers and friends who have helped us, to the commissary and kitchen owners who have provided homes for Eko Kitchen over the past 3 years. And finally, I would like to thank Nigeria for inspiring me and being a place that I can always call home. It's unfortunate that my country, due to corruption, is in a dark place right now, but I am hopeful that one day it will be a place where peace and justice reign. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share some Nigerian love with you all through my business.
Thank you. Back to you, Vice Chair Paz.
Thank you and well done. And you know, our small business is important to our recovery. So thank you and congratulations again. Our next award is for an industry champion, which highlights an industry leader that has demonstrated leadership and innovation in support of immigrant communities.
To present this award, we are joined by Commissioner Menya and Commissioner Fuji. Commissioner Menya, we'll pass it over to you.
Thank you, Chair Kennelly. It is an honor to be here tonight. I am pleased to introduce this next awardee, the Latino Community Foundation, which is leading the way in unleashing the civic and economic power of Latinos in California through their unique role as brand makers, informers, conveners, and advocates.
The Latino Community Foundation is investing in Latino-led organizations throughout California, and the impact can be seen locally in San Francisco. Representing LCF tonight is their CEO, Jacqueline Martinez Garcel. Congratulations. Over to you, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Commissioner Fuji and Commissioner Mena. Such a pleasure and honor to see you. Had the honor of working with Camila here at LCF, and it's so wonderful to see you in this capacity. It's an honor to accept this award on behalf of all Latinos here in California who have served fearlessly and selflessly in the front lines throughout this pandemic. It's been an honor for LCF to support them and to invest in them as entrepreneurs, as workers, as folks who have never stopped supporting each other and their communities. We are proud that throughout this pandemic, the communities have come together to support one another and to invest in our small business and ensure they are at the front lines of this recovery. The Latino Community Foundation launched our Love Not Fear Fund to ensure that those workers who wouldn't be accessing federal support had the support that they need. And it's been, for us, just incredibly important to see our governor ensure that undocumented workers are at the front line of receiving state support. And we're hoping that the legislature signs off on that and makes that possible. Here in San Francisco, we're thankful for all the Latino workers, whether it's stocking up our supermarkets or delivering our foods or cleaning our streets or serving in our hospitals and nurses. But over and over again, Latino leaders and Latino workers showed up, and we are thankful for them. So on behalf of our hardworking families, on behalf of my family who immigrated from the Dominican Republic, it is an honor to be here tonight accepting this award. So thank you all.
Congratulations again. Back to you, Chair Kennelly.
Thank you, Commissioner Mena, and congratulations again to all at LCF. Our next award is for Grassroots Leader. This award recognizes a nonprofit organization or individual who has demonstrated extraordinary leadership for immigrants.
To present this award, we are joined by Commissioner Souza and Commissioner Rahimi. Commissioner Souza, tell us about our next awardee.
Thank you, Vice Chair Paz. It's an honor to be here tonight. Tonight, we're recognizing the tireless work of Soha Abdou, supervisor of the Tenderloin Community and Arab Families Program at Chinatown Community Development Center. Passing to Commissioner Rahimi.
Ms. Abdou works with the Arab Family Program, providing a safe space to learn English and basic skills to acclimate to life in San Francisco. Ms. Abdou works to empower women and newcomers. As a community leader, mother, and immigrant, she treats each person with compassion and respect. Ms. Abdou, it is an honor to recognize your leadership with this award. Over to you, Ms. Abdou.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Souza and Commissioner Rahimi. Please bear with me a little bit. I will speak in English, and then I will speak in Arabic for my Arabic audience. Peace be upon you all, and it's an honor to be with you here today. I would like to dedicate this award to my mother in my beloved country, Egypt, and my family and my two boys. Thank you so much. They were shy actually to join me today. The most vital credit in this achievement is for God's guidance. Without my God, I wouldn't be here today. And of course, for my work organization, Chinatown Community Development Center, which has always accommodated my aspiration, objectives, and targets. Furthermore, to all my friends and my supporters who were always believing in me. I trust that this Grassroots Leader Award is not only for me, but for every hardworking immigrant mother and father, and who seeks to be heard and seen in all possible venues. This is not an easy road as perceived. We newcomers realize that we are as a community and we are all in this together to understand our various needs, advocate, and support each other. The last thing consideration is a success for one is considered a success for all. Please allow me to thank you all, and I'll repeat this in Arabic for my mom and for my audience. شكرا مفوضية سارة سوزا والمفوض رحيمي. السلام عليكم جميعا، وإنه لشرف لي أن أكون معكم اليوم. أحب أن أهدي هذا التكريم إلى أمي في مصر. I'm sorry. This is my part for my mom. This is for my mom. I'm sorry. This mama في مصر وعائلتي وأولادي قرة عيني. ودعوني لا أنسى أن هذا الفضل بيد الله، ثم منظمتي Chinatown Community Development Center طالما دعموني وساندوني في كل قراراتي. وهذا أيضا لا أسعني الفضل أن أشكر كل أصدقائي والداعمين لي الذين وثقوا في قدراتي. إن هذا التكريم ليس لي فقط ولكنه لكل أم وأب مهاجرين، فنحن جميعا نسعى بشكل أو بآخر لتوصيل أصواتنا ورؤيتنا في هذه المجالات التي نعمل بها. وهذا طريق ليس سهلا كما يتصوره البعض، ولكن يجب أن نتذكر أننا نعمل سويا من أجلنا جميعا لنثبت أنفسنا كمهاجرين، وإننا في هذا الشأن معا لنحقق ما نتمناه لأنفسنا وللأجيال القادمة. شكرا لكم جميعا وليلة سعيدة. Thank you so much, all of you.
Congratulations again. Back to you, Vice Chair Paz.
Thank you, and that was beautiful. Our next award is for another amazing grassroots leader, a nonprofit organization that has demonstrated extraordinary leadership for immigrants.
And to present this award, we are joined by Commissioner Zamora and Commissioner Ruiz. Commissioner Zamora, over to you.
Thank you, Chair Kennelly. It's an honor to be here tonight and to congratulate Ella para Translatinas, an organization run by and for transgender Latinas, advocating for trans rights and providing direct services and a safe space for the community for over 27 years.
A lo largo de la pandemia del COVID-19, ella ha seguido sirviendo a sus participantes y ofreciéndoles servicios, incluyendo talleres, pruebas de VIH, gestión de caso, apoyo financiero y más. El personal de ELA se encuentra de retiro hoy y no pudieron asistir. Sin embargo, nos han grabado este mensaje. Felicitaciones a ELA.
Hello, my name is Nicole Santamaria, Executive Director for ELA para Translatina, your home, here at the heart of the mission in the San Francisco and Bay Area. ELA para Translatina is the only trans-Latina-led organization in the entire San Francisco and the Bay. So we are very humble, and we received this Grassroots Leader Award from our partners and allies from the San Francisco Immigrants Commission for the work that we have been doing for our community. We are proud to say that we are the community serving and taking care of the community. And this recognition is only a commitment to continue working in partnership to impact for better the lives of those seeking asylum and refugee in this great nation. Happy Pride Month to all of you, and thank you again, San Francisco Immigrants Commission, for this recognition and this award to me and to Ella and the entire Latinx community. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Ella. I will now hand it to Director Pon.
Thank you, Commissioner. Congratulations to all of our awardees so far. Your commitment and service to immigrant communities has been particularly impressive and important this past year. We have more awards, so please stay with us through the end of the program, and I promise you it'll be worth your while. And by the way, congratulations to the first place San Francisco Giants. Go Giants! We have more special guests to recognize. Buster and Brandon are busy tonight, but here with us are Ramona Mora, the field representative from Assemblymember David Chu's office. Assemblymember Chu has been a longtime champion of immigrants, so we thank you. And thank you all for being here to support our awardees and commission. Back to the chair and vice chair.
Thank you, Director Pon. Our next award is a very special award for the Immigrant Rights Commission. It is the Vera Haile Champion of Justice Award. This award, named in memory of Commissioner Vera Haile, is for an organization or individual that has demonstrated courage and advocacy for justice and equality during difficult times, like the pandemic we've been experiencing for well over a year. To present this award, we are joined by Commissioner Kojaste and Commissioner Wang. Commissioner Kojaste, over to you.
Thank you, Chair. It's an honor to be here tonight. The awardee, Stop AAPI Hate, was formed in response to the alarming escalation in xenophobia and bigotry resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic by the Asian Pacific Planning and Policy Council, Chinese for Affirmative Action, and the Asian American Studies Department of San Francisco State University in March 19 of 2020.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you everyone for being here tonight. On behalf of my colleagues at Chinese for Affirmative Action and at Stop API Hate, we just want to express our gratitude and appreciation for all of you standing in solidarity with us and all of you standing in solidarity for all people, and in particular for the rights of immigrants and the dignity of immigrants. Now, this award is especially important to me because I consider Vera, Haile, a mentor and a friend. And for those of us who know her and remember her, we recall a person who was compassionate, who was kind and generous, but who was also fierce and righteous. And I think this moment calls upon all of us to be both kind and compassionate, but also fierce and righteous. So again, thank you to the Immigrant Rights Commission. Thank you to the City and County of San Francisco for leading on behalf of immigrants. And on behalf of all of us at Stop API Hate, please let's continue to fight bigotry and racism and xenophobia in all its forms. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent Pan, for accepting this award on behalf of the AAPI initiative. The Stop AAPI Hate Reporting Center tracks and responds to incidents of hate, violence, harassment, discrimination, and bullying against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders across the United States, with its roots in San Francisco. We have honored the initiative with the Vera Haile Champion of Justice Award for their tireless work addressing anti-Asian racism by also tackling racism in all forms, including structural racism leveled against Black, Indigenous, and other communities of color. Again, congratulations to Vincent Pan for accepting this award. And over to you.
Thank you. And our next award is for the Youth Leadership Award. This award recognizes a courageous immigrant leader under the age of 35 who has helped or inspired other immigrant youth in their community and beyond.
To present this award, we are joined by Commissioners Sousa and Commissioner Ricarte. Commissioner Sousa, over to you.
Thank you, Chair Kennelly. Ruby Ibarra is a biotech scientist, rapper, and spoken word artist from the Bay Area. Her debut album, Circa 91, is a heartfelt documentation of her immigrant experience. Since then, she has toured across the US, performing at universities, conferences, music venues, and more. She has also been featured in Grammys and MasterCard commercial with R&B singer SZA. Passing to you, Commissioner Ricard.
Ruby is an incredible artist and talented documentary filmmaker. She's definitely a role model for all young people looking to pursue their dreams. She's also an advocate for the Filipino community in the Bay Area. Don't forget to check out her music on all streaming platforms. Mabuhay, Ruby! Over to you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Sousa and Commissioner Ricarte, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, thank you to the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission. Thank you for creating a safe space that amplifies the voices and stories of the members in our community. Thank you so much for highlighting the progress of the work done by many, including the people that are here today. And last, I want to express a deep gratitude for honoring my work as well. I'm extremely honored and proud to accept this Youth Leadership Award. I would not be here if it weren't for my mentors, role models, teachers, and collaborators, many of whom are first and second generation immigrants. It is because of them that I'm standing on the shoulders of many and that I've learned to have the courage to be my authentic self and to express myself in a way that hopefully serves as a catalyst for others, especially the youth, to also share their truth uncompromisingly while celebrating where they're from. This is from my mother, who showed me at an early age that being an immigrant does not tell me where home is, but that it helps guide me to building home through community. When I think of the word immigrant, I think of the people who've undeniably built this country, but I also recognize that a lot of work still needs to be done, from continuing to dismantle systemic racism, to addressing the growing violence and attacks on the Asian American community, to protecting the children who continue to be separated from their families because of certain systems in place. Progress is not made through barriers or walls. Progress is done by uplifting each other and ensuring that people are able to fulfill their potential. This is for the immigrants in our community. This is for the dreamers. This is for us. No one is illegal. We belong here and we've been here. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again, Ruby. Back to you, Chair Kennelly.
Thank you, Commissioner Ricarte, and huge congratulations, Ruby, and for your enthusiasm and your fabulous words. Our next award is the Special Recognition Award for Leadership in the COVID-19 Response and Recovery. These awards honor individuals or organizations that have stepped up over the last year to ensure that the needs of our immigrant communities in San Francisco were being met.
And to present this special award, we are joined by Commissioner Mena and Commissioner Gaiman. Commissioner Mena, tell us who is up next in this special award.
Thank you, Ms. Chairpass. We are excited to honor the San Francisco Interfaith Council. The Interfaith Council centers on civil rights, homelessness, housing affordability, and disaster preparedness through the convening of San Francisco faith-based communities.
In addition to being at the forefront of the sanctuary movement for decades, the Interfaith Council has acted as a resource for more than 800 congregations in the city, particularly during the COVID-19 crisis. To address the issues impacting social safety net for our most vulnerable residents, here to accept this award is Executive Director Michael G. Pappas. Congratulations, and over to you, Mr. Pappas.
Thank you so very much. Good evening. I'm Michael Pappas, and on behalf of the San Francisco Interfaith Council, I wish to thank Mayor Breed and the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission for selecting the council among 10 champions and leaders to receive the 2021 Immigrant Leadership Award. I also want to congratulate all of tonight's honorees. One of the core missions of the San Francisco Interfaith Council and its 800 communities of faith and religious institutions is centered around immigrant rights and giving sanctuary to our undocumented sisters and brothers fleeing political persecution. In this historic effort, the census, and a host of other pressing issues, the San Francisco Interfaith Council has been privileged to partner with the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission. Today, we thank you for recognizing and honoring our leadership in the COVID-19 pandemic response and recovery. For over a year and a half, the San Francisco Interfaith Council has played an ambassadorial role in providing our city's vast constituencies with credible and real-time information that has enabled their leaders to make informed decisions on behalf of those entrusted to their care. As immigrants are among those who find security, value, resources, strength, and comfort in our houses of worship and their affiliated social service agencies, they are among the chief beneficiaries of our efforts. Additionally, we've hosted over 52 weekly online briefings for faith leaders that have highlighted services to the most vulnerable sectors of our city, and we've intentionally lifted up the needs and concerns of our immigrant sisters and brothers who are most impacted by the pandemic. As well, the San Francisco Interfaith Council has very vocally condemned hate speech targeted at our Asian sisters and brothers who were maliciously singled out and victimized. We represented and advocated for the needs of our immigrant sisters and brothers on the San Francisco Economic Recovery Task Force. And today, in accepting this award, we pledge to diligently and tirelessly sustain these efforts through the recovery and beyond. Thank you.
Congratulations again. Back to you, Vice Chair Paz.
Thank you. And we have another very special recognition for leadership in the COVID-19 response and recovery.
To present this award, we are joined by Commissioner Obregon and Commissioner Kojeste. Commissioner Obregon, over to you to tell us about our next awardee.
Thank you, Chair Kennelly. This award is for the Latino Task Force, which was formed last year to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic and support the Latinx community in San Francisco.
The Latino Task Force is a collaboration of over 30 community organizations. It has worked closely with the city and local partners to provide both COVID-19 testing and vaccination access, as well as resources and support to the Latinx community. Accepting this award on behalf of LTF is John Jacobo, Director of Engagement and Public Policy at Todco Group. Congratulations, and over to you, John.
Commissioners, Chair and Vice Chair, it is a complete honor for me to be here today representing the Latino Task Force for this gracious and beautiful award. The Latino Task Force, for those that don't know, is not just 32 nonprofits throughout the Southeast combined through a coalition, but it's individuals who made a decision at the beginning of the pandemic to show up and get out to help our community protect itself. And so we truly take this as a great honor from the Immigrant Rights Commission. So many great, not just friends on this commission, but actual members of the LTF as well. And so we thank you for acknowledging us. We thank Mayor Breed this past year for directing her department heads to ensure that they worked with the Latino Task Force when we were advocating for the inequities. We absolutely want to thank the Human Rights Commission, but not just the commission, Dr. Cheryl Davis, who has and was our first kind of supportee, if you will, on the city side. And of course, the Board of Supervisors with President Walton and the other soups being so supportive in the things that we need. But most importantly, I really want to take a moment to thank La Comunidad, the people of San Francisco, that not just trusted us in the messaging for masking and testing and vaccinating or to come get their food, but the many who decided to then go from volunteering or getting services to volunteering. And so we want to thank them and recognize them. And I want to thank all of you for acknowledging us in this great honor. So thank you.
Congratulations again. It's my honor to present this award to you all. Back to you, Chair Kennelly.
Thank you, Commissioner Obregon. So our last award for the evening is the final special recognition for leadership in the COVID-19 response and recovery. This award showcases those who have taken a leadership role in our community during this time of crisis.
To present this award, we are joined by Commissioner Fuji and Commissioner Zamora. Commissioner Fuji, over to you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Paz. United Peace Collaborative is a nonprofit made of trained volunteers who patrol San Francisco's Chinatown to ensure the safety of its residents in response to the pandemic.
With the rise of anti-Asian violence that has occurred during the pandemic, the United Peace Collaborative became a beacon in Chinatown, with their iconic blue shirts signaling safety and support. For its founders, Leanna and Robert, what started as fulfilling their civic duty has led to an organization that envisions a better, safer future for the API community. Representing the United Peace Collaborative tonight is Leanna Louie. Congratulations, and over to you, Leanna.
Thank you very much, commissioners. There's such a long list of people that I want to thank, but I just want to go briefly into the history of United Peace Collaborative. Actually, it just started with a few of us, and slowly people learned more about us, and they joined us. So Robert and I were the ones who founded United Peace Collaborative. He was born here. He's born and raised in San Francisco. I was born in a poor farming village in southern China in Toisan. And I came here when I was 7 years old to San Francisco and grew up in the San Francisco Unified School District. Both Robert and I graduated from Mission High School in different years, but I've served most of my life in public service. First, 11 years as an adult in the United States Army for 11 years, and then in the Sacramento Fire Department for 10 years and did some short stints with the city of Sacramento and the city of San Francisco. When the pandemic hit in March 2020, we were really concerned because we heard leadership say words like China virus, Wuhan virus, and it really made me feel like there would be trouble in the Asian community, and my sense was quite right, and the violence against Asian Americans had spiked, and it continues to be even now. So the words of the previous administration was very damaging, and we're hoping that that's going to change soon. Historically, the Asian Americans have been an invisible race. We have not been able to voice, or we were voiced, we were not heard. So I felt that that's something that we need to break away from. And this is probably why we continuously come out to patrol San Francisco Chinatown every day. San Francisco Chinatown has about 35,000 residents, and most of them, about 80% of them, are over 65 years old. So essentially, it is a retirement community in Chinatown, which makes them an easy target. So this is why we must continue to grow our patrols. And I'm glad that there are other patrols out there as well. But we started with only 4 members, and now we have grown to 80. We have been, when we first started, we were just self-funded, and we got a little bit donations, private donations from some of the local residents or business owners. We still, as of to this day, we have 0 funding from any government organization, and we actually have not applied for any government grants yet. In short, I just want to thank all the members of UPC. It is just not myself. I'm honored to be here, but it's many, many people that comprise of United Peace Collaborative. And lastly, I just want to say a few words in Cantonese for some of our viewers and fans. 係各位好，我係黎千紅，好多謝你哋今日喺呢度好多謝你哋繼續一路咁支持我哋。如果唔係你哋支持我哋唔會堅持會日日響三藩市嗰度巡邏。我多謝你，同埋呢個獎咧係屬於我哋每一位 UPC members. Thank you so much. So it's not for me, it's for everybody who put in the hard work, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, commissioners, for recognizing. Thank you, Mayor Breed, for being here tonight, Senator Padilla, Chair Kennelly, and Vice Chair Paz, and all the commissioners. Thank you very much for the recognition.
Congratulations again to United Peace Collaborative. Back to you, Chair Kennelly.
Thank you, Commissioner Fuji. And that concludes our award ceremony for tonight. A huge thanks to all of our awardees. Your tireless dedication and commitment to your communities is an inspiration to us all. At this point, I would like to, Vice Chair Paz and I would like to make a couple of thank yous. And we would like to begin with the leader of this team. Behind every commission is a director, and our director is Director Adrian Pan. We are absolutely thrilled and honored to be a part of the OSEA family, to be led by Director Pan, and to work with her and her team to be here to support, care for, represent, and encourage our immigrant communities across San Francisco.
Yes. We also want to recognize and thank the wonderful work of the staff from the Office of Civic Engagement and Immigrant Affairs. They've worked tirelessly to make this evening a very special evening, but they also work very hard on behalf of the immigrant communities in San Francisco. So thank you to all the staff and all working to our director. And now, before we hear from our wonderful Director Pan, please stay tuned for a very, very special treat. Director Pan.
Okay, thank you, Chair and Vice Chair, and members of the Immigrant Rights Commission. Congratulations to tonight's honorees. Thank you for our special guests and all our wonderful leaders for joining us. We are so appreciative of all of you for joining us tonight. And we look forward to the next time we can be together in person. Meanwhile, please check the Immigrant Rights Commission website at sfgov.org/immigrant and follow OSEA on social media. So in closing, We are so appreciative of all of you. We've been through such a tough time like no other in recent history, from a global pandemic that exposed existing disparities to a tumultuous transition of national leadership and the fight for justice and the soul of democracy. But our resilient communities have persevered. They did their very, very best to weather the pandemic, overcoming obstacles and reaching out to help others, especially our most vulnerable. And we are all the better for it. As we work together for racial and economic justice and equity, for Black Lives Matter, for BIPOC communities, for safety and a pathway to citizenship for all our immigrants, and as we fight xenophobia, anti-AAPI hate, and other hate, let's keep in mind that being a bystander to injustice and hate is unacceptable. We must show up, must fight for each other's equal opportunities and rights, and we must lift up and celebrate each other's achievements and contributions. This is what we are all about, and it's essential to building a better, inclusive, and just America for all. We are not invisible, and we are not powerless. And now, to close tonight's program, our special surprise, Ms. Ruby Ibarra is going to take us home with a special performance. Thank you all, enjoy, and a good night to everyone.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ruby Ibarra. I want to say thank you so much to the San Francisco Immigrant Rights Commission for amplifying the voices in our community and also for allowing me to be part of today's event. The song that I'll be performing today is my song called Someday. Hope you all enjoy my performance. This album cause I want my life to change. Tired of being shortchanged, I'm trying to remain sane. Hopped off the plane, didn't stop all the pain. My father's still in debt and we've been struggling to pay for a bedroom up on Meekland Ave. Reaching for just meat and half, hands tied against the odds. How you gonna even that? People from the slums once, now live in the humdrum. Mama from the bottom, so we dream and we can stunt once. Mama, I know it's gonna be fine wherever we go, cause we know your race is go to dream and be a hero. Was an ego to an eagle. I free flow when I speak though. My pipe dreams through peephole. My skin's so Filipino. Oftentimes my pride inside is fighting high tides. They revoked the ocean. Was the day you learn to nosedive. Closed eyes, fingerprint ink with the most die. Those times mama never blinked. Say the oath twice. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. Yeah, I said, mama, we gon' make it here. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. Yeah, I said, mama, we gon' make it here. And we gon' make it this day. I feel the sun's rays open up my eyes. I feel brave cause I once made a promise to myself that I'm a vessel. So it's one way that I'ma take up space until I'm done. Let the song play, my friends say unpaid. These days be the worst days. We pray, they lay more cases at a worse rate. Help us find a way, we rise up, carry this weight. Frontliners lead the way, and we thank them for the risks made. Worst case, fixed ways, fixed wage, missed days. But this case, fist race, Tacloban City, birthplace, circa 91. Cause we immigrants in this place, gentrified, displaced, stayed alive in this race. Took a plane this way, across the ocean this wave, settled in the bay. So I hit him with the this face. Grew up in a way that I knew myself. I can't wait for another day to rise up. We'll make it someday.